Welcome to today's episode where we'll dive into Atomic Habits by James Clear, a powerful book that offers a deep look into how small, incremental changes can lead to transformative results. The book isn't just about building habits, it's about understanding the psychology behind them and how we can use that to reshape our lives. Let's start by breaking down the core ideas. One of the key concepts James Clear introduces is the compound effect of habits. Essentially, Clear emphasizes the habits or the compound interest of self-improvement. Small, consistent changes over time add up to significant results. The premise here is not to look for huge transformations overnight, but to focus on making 1% improvements daily, knowing that these small steps will snowball into much bigger achievements over time. What's brilliant about Clear's approach is his focus on systems rather than goals. Most of us set goals, but we don't always think about the systems we need to achieve those goals. Clear argues that we shouldn't solely focus on the end result, whether it's losing weight, writing a book, or learning a new skill, but instead on the daily processes that drive us toward those outcomes. He writes, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." This shift in mindset can be a game changer for anyone struggling to reach their goals. Another highlight from the book is Clear's discussion on habit formation using the four-stage habit loop: cue, craving, response, and reward. Each stage plays a critical role in how habits are formed and maintained. The cue triggers a craving, the craving leads to a response, and the response delivers a reward. For instance, let's say your goal is to exercise more regularly. The cue could be seeing your running shoes by the door in the morning. That sight creates a craving for the reward that comes with finishing a workout: endorphins, stress relief, or simply a sense of accomplishment. By structuring your environment to create positive cues, Clear suggests that habit formation becomes easier. One thing I find particularly interesting is how Clear talks about identity-based habits. He encourages readers to ask themselves not just what they want to achieve, but who they want to become. For example, rather than focusing on a goal like "I want to run a marathon," frame it as "I am a runner." This subtle identity shift can be incredibly powerful, as it aligns your habits with your self-image, making it easier to maintain consistency. What are your thoughts on this, especially the idea of becoming 1% better each day and how it contrasts with the usual mindset of rapid, massive transformation? Now let's dive deeper into some practical strategies Clear suggests for implementing habits in our everyday lives. One of the most actionable techniques in the book is habit stacking. This is where you take an existing habit and pair it with a new one to create a routine. Let's say you already have a habit of making coffee every morning. Clear suggests using that as a cue to add a new habit, such as journaling for 5 minutes or reading a few pages from a book. The idea is that linking a new behavior to an established routine makes it easier for the brain to adopt. Since you already have an automatic routine in place, stacking another habit onto it increases your chances of sticking with it. Another key tactic is environment design. Clear explains that we often underestimate how much our surroundings influence our behavior. If you want to develop better habits, setting up your environment to make positive behaviors easier and negative ones harder is crucial. For example, if you want to cut down on snacking, don't keep unhealthy food easily accessible. Instead, place healthy options like fruits or nuts within reach. Or if you're trying to spend less time on your phone, consider charging it in a different room at night. Essentially, if you change your environment, you can change your habits. Clear also touches on the importance of tracking progress. It's a psychological boost when we see how far we've come. Keeping a habit tracker or journal allows you to visualize your progress, which can be incredibly motivating. He talks about the "don't break the chain" method, where you aim to keep a streak of days going without missing your habit. Even if it's a small task, like meditating for 5 minutes or writing 200 words, the act of checking it off daily can keep you on track. Lastly, Clear addresses the issue of setbacks. We're human, so lapses in habits are inevitable. What sets successful habit builders apart is their ability to get back on track quickly. Clear's "never miss twice" rule is a great mindset for this. If you miss one day, that's okay, but don't let it become 2 days in a row. By catching yourself early, You avoid falling into the trap of a negative spiral. So, what do you think about these strategies? Which ones do you find the most practical or easy to implement in your own life? For those listening, if you're interested in learning more, check out Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's full of practical insights and can truly help you reshape your routines and ultimately your life. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for joining, and remember, small habits lead to big changes.